We're up to card number 3 now. Let's do a little prep first. So you're gonna take this peach piece here and get your foam or turn your Versamat over. And we're gonna need papaya ink. There you go. And the little arrows from your stamp set. So they look like this. So grab those and season them. What we're doing when we say season them is we're taking the factory film that's over the stamps off. And then you're gonna put that on your block. I'm gonna use this block. There's a line right here on the block, and you can just line that right up with it. All right, and then peach ink or papaya ink, sorry. And that looks like they have done it with the arrows pointing to the right. Not that it matters. And it's almost to the bottom of the piece. And there we go, just like that. The next is going to be with your sapphire ink. And we're gonna do the tag here, and that's the glacier tag. And let's get sapphire ink. First piece. Oh, it's just gonna be this tag. So I think it's the whole thing. I thought it was gonna be in 2 parts, but it's not. So season that. Have another year packed full of fun. That's what I wish for all of you. And get that inked up really well. Sorry for the jiggling on the camera. And press that down. Let it sit there for a second. And it will be very cute. All right, that's the second piece. Next piece is going to be the little pointy tag. And it looks like, it says you use the selective inking technique. Ink the top of the stamp with papaya and the bottom with the sapphire. So it's kind of what we did with the ombre. So, hey, today is your special day. Get that seasoned. And I'm going to, I think I had another block here that I could use. There it is. So let me use this. I've got a 2x2 here. I'm gonna line that up, and then we're gonna need papaya on the top. So this will be just like we did that ombre. And we're gonna be careful. You only wanna ink from the line under the hay to the top. So go right to the edge of your ink pad and line that up. And then we'll take the sapphire next, and we're gonna do all the rest of it. I'm gonna actually turn it upside down so I can see it a little better, and I'm just gonna do everything below that line under the word hay. So I'm gonna do the word today and special day. All right. And then get that on the tag. Oops, I need just a little bit more ink. I can see it. Beauty of see-through acrylic stamps, right? I have to go just a little bit higher on that. Today is, and I'm gonna check it out, and I see I need a little bit more ink on the word day. So if you can see, now it all looks ready. And get that centered on the tag. Last one is going to be the yellow. So that turned out nice. And we're going to be using Have Another Year Packed Full of Fun. Again, so it's the same one again. So they doubly want you to have a year packed with fun. This is going to be sapphire ink and the yellow tag. Get that inked up nicely. And center it. Push that down. That's all the prep that we'll need for this. And the rest is just kind of lining up straight. So that's where your ruler is going to come in handy. Grab your card base, and I'm going to just leave it open for now because I'm going to be kind of doing a lot of measuring here. So I'm going to leave that off, and we're going to start with 3A, which is going to go towards the top, and it's 1/8 of an inch in, 1/8 of an inch down. So I'm just going to, I'm getting quite a bit of glare here. So I might actually fold it because I cannot see the crease. So I am going to fold it after all. But I find it easier if you leave it flat. So if you're not getting the glare that I'm getting, feel free to leave that flat. And I'm going to go 1/8 of an inch down, 1/8 of an inch over for the first piece, which is this piece. Okay, and that is papaya. Very similar to the color we used to have called sorbet. I bet if I had an old sorbet, I'd find that it was very, very close. And that's 1/8 of an inch in. This left side that you're seeing is the fold. Okay, I think I got that right. And then next to it, 1/8 of an inch over is 3B. And that's going to be the glacier piece. I'm going to kind of keep that ruler right where I had it. And 1/8 of an inch over. Don't feel like you have to have it perfect either, because things are going to go on top of it. So just do the best you can. And then your little luggage piece. Although the yellow would look great too. And that's going to be another 1/8 of an inch over. Like about there. Okay. And see, don't look perfectly even. You know what? I think actually one of these is supposed to be longer than the other. I think this is supposed, I think there's 2 pieces of that glacier and one is shorter than the other. And I think that's the one right there. Is that? Let me see. Let me check because I don't want to steer you wrong. Yes, so I am correct that this one here should be the one that's 1 7/8. There's one that's 1 by 2 inches and one that's 1 by 7/8. So that's the one that goes up there. Now, is it going to matter if you've already put it down? No, because we're going to cover up so much of it that why they even did that, I don't know. It's not really that important what the size is because only a bit of it's showing anyway, so don't freak out about that. Okay, so that's the top. And then it looks like 1/8 of an inch from the bottom. We're going to go ahead with the yellow square, honey butter. And it's a little harder to see. Again, I've got a lot of glare here. And that's going to be kind of left to right on your arrows. Use this as a guide too, so not just the ruler. When you put it down, it'll be 1/8 of an inch in, just like the one above it. And try to keep it straight with that, nice and even. And then here's the 2-inch one, which didn't matter because it's not going to show. And that's going to be 1/8 of an inch over. And I'm just using this to kind of make sure everything looks straight. And then the last one is the prepared piece. The pink peach papaya. Let's see, that's peach. Yeah, peach. And again, 1/8 of an inch up and about 1/8 of an inch in. Like about there. And I'm just kind of making sure it looks straight on the edges. All right. And then we're going to do the blue. Let's see, do they want anything? I think just the one tag is going to be 3D foam tape. So on this, we've got our little white piece here. Now you know what we're probably going to do with that on the next part, right? A little dry embossing on that white probably. Or we could do it on the peach. That would be cute too, but I think I'll probably do it on the white. And we're going to put that in the center. And that's going to be 7/8 of an inch from the bottom. 7/8. And then from the side, 3/4 of an inch. And that's going down flat. let's see, 3/4 right there. And then our little tags. So tag number 1 is going to be the yellow. We're going to work from the outside edges. I got blue ink somewhere on me. And then the blue tag. Next, we'll tip, so that tipped slightly to the left. This one's gonna tip slightly to the right. And then popped up in the middle and covering my ink blotches will be this one. So get your pop dots. I think I'm out of the large ones, but I don't want to open a new package yet, so I'll use a bunch of little ones. So wait till you see what we do with this next. I want to show you a couple, you know, on card 1, I showed you where you could do a little bit different kind of a cut to make a fancy fold. And we're going to do on the second part of this card, we're going to do a kind of a fancy fold too. So let's get this one done. And then you're just going to need some dots, those melon dots. So that kind of goes in the middle, popped up. Grab your dots, piercing tool, and it looks like probably they use the largest ones. Yeah, so they use the largest circle dots on this, and one on the center. And the last one right there. Whew. So that is the card as close to my heart. Designed it, and now let's go do something a little special. And card 2 from card 3, basically the part 2 of card 3. All right, let's do our prep first. Get your stamps back out. Let's start with the peach piece. And we're gonna go back to, let's see, that was papaya. And your arrows. Okay, get that down at the bottom. And again, I can't see. And about a 1/16 of an inch up. Get that decorated like that. Next is the blue tag glacier, and that's going to be sapphire. And that is the have another year packed full of fun. And since we are doing that tag twice, we might as well do both of these. I don't know why in the why they didn't have us do that in the directions, because it says do the blue one and then the pink one, which is a whole different stamp, so that's silly. Have another year packed with fun. So let's do both of these. Get them out of the way, and then we'll go do the peach one. Center it the best you can. And lift. And then on the yellow, honey butter, great name. All right, get those out of the way. Get your pink one, and that's gonna be the 2-tone one. Well, my camera cut out on me, so we're gonna do this 2-tone one. And get your papaya ink, and remember, from the line under the word hay and up is where you're going to ink on the papaya ink. So get that saturated there. Then take your sapphire, and from today is your special, that's where you're going to go down from. And we will check it up close, make sure we got enough ink on there. So I see that I need maybe just a touch more on the word day, and I did go up into that line under the word hay. That's okay. The whole point is to make it look kind of cool. So just center it over that circle on the top and push that down. All right, just like that. Okay, another part of the prep that we're gonna do for the second one is we're going to take, and I will have this in the cutting instructions, you're going to cut this piece, an extra piece of white cardstock, 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then with the 3 1/4 side this way, you're gonna fold it in half and crease it. I already did it because my camera went out. So fold it in half and crease it so that basically this is going to fit on there like that. But first we're gonna do some dry embossing. So get your scoreboard or your trimmer out and let's do that real quick. Keeping camera there. And I'm just going every 1/4 inch just because it's a small piece. Like when I'm doing layouts, you know, I usually will do like a 1/2 inch if I'm doing some dry embossing because usually it's over a large surface and it takes forever to do, you know, 1/4 inch, plus it just looks fine that way. But with cards, you want a little more detail in there. Okay, so that's going to go over that, and that will be a piece that we put on. And then when you open it up, you can sign it there. Plus you have the also the opening on your card base too. So let's put this card together. And let's go ahead, because I was having problems with the glare. I'm going to fold the valley side up. Get your bone folder. And we are going to be cutting also a little bit of shimmer trim for this too. And I'm probably going to put the shimmer trim across this piece. So why don't we go ahead and do that? I think I already cut it. Did I cut it right? No, I didn't cut it yet. So I'm going to cut a piece that is 3 3/4. Did I say? I think I did this wrong. This is 3 3/4, not 3 1/4. Can't remember if I said it wrong. 3 3/4 by 4 1/2. Okay, 3 3/4. So I'm gonna put a little shimmer trim across there. It's 3 3/4 long. So let's cut that. And I might be slightly out of camera. 3 3/4. And I will have that in the cutting instructions, that piece of white paper. And let's get this across, and I'm probably going to use my ruler to kind of line this up because I want it across the center of this piece. Oh, so I'm having trouble with it. So what do? Get that piece off. A little adhesive on some scrap paper. Put it in. Grab up the corner. And that pulls off nice. All right, so let me grab my ruler. And I'm just gonna average about halfway up, which is about 1 inch or so. And just make a little background on there because that's you know, that will look cool underneath that. So get your shimmer trim on there. You can line it up right against your ruler. All right, set that aside for a second and let's do the measuring for the pieces. We started with the top. So I'm gonna turn my fold to this side and go 1/8 inch for that peach piece. Yes, so, oh, not peach, papaya. Papaya. We have a peach. This is peach. This is papaya, peach, papaya. All right, 1/8 inch over. It's very hard to see on this for some reason. 1/8 inch down. Next to it will be the shorter of your glacier pieces, the one that's 1 7/8. And that's gonna be 1/8 inch over from that first piece. So just move your ruler. So that's about 1/8 inch over and nice and straight. Okay, and then your big luggage piece is going to be 1/8 inch over. from the blue. And 1/8 of an inch down. Okay, and then down here on the bottom, your yellow piece with the arrows going horizontally. 1/8 of an inch up, 1/8 of an inch over. And use these also to help keep it straight. So you can kind of look there and see if you're straight or not. Let's see, I think my yellow is straight, maybe my blue isn't, but I'm just gonna lift that just a touch. And then the next piece is the longer of the glacier paper, which all gets covered up. And you're measuring again, 1/8 of an inch over. And then the last piece is your prepared stamped piece. And right next to it, like that. Okay. Then here's what we're gonna do with this, is we're going to put this piece, keep it folded. You're only gonna put glue on the back. And put a good amount because this piece is gonna be manipulated quite a bit. And just center that on the blue, and I hope that shows up on camera. Center that on the blue. And then this piece goes on here. And also put a good amount of glue. And you can see how that's going to pop up and be super cute. See? Extra little thing. And now we'll glue that on here. And again, it's going to be manipulated, so this is a place where you could put your red tape. You know what I'm talking about when I say that. Let's see if I got it in here. It may be at home. I don't see it, but you know, it's that really strong tape that has the red outer part on it. So that's really funny that I don't have that with me, because I always keep it in that little container. All right, so let's go 7/8 of an inch from the bottom, and it's 3/4 in from the side. So right about there. Make sure the fold is up. Oh, I got a little crooked there. Let me pull that up a little bit. I don't like to be crooked. I'm gonna pull that back piece. Now see, I couldn't do this if I had the red tape on. I'd have to use my undo. So I'm just gonna move that up just a touch. Okay. So that is gonna open really cute. All right. Now get your tags. So you've got, on the right hand side is the yellow one. This. On the left hand side is the blue one. Tipping them slightly. This would be cute to add ribbon to them. Remember how we talked about that. And then the one in the middle is gonna go up on pop dots. So I'm gonna use up some of my little ones. Put quite a few so that it doesn't press down in the envelope. You want it to have some dimension, unless you are mailing it and don't want to pay the extra postage, as we said before. All right. Let's go in the middle, and then we'll just add some dots. And there we have added a little pizzazz. Goes in the center. Grab our dots again. Using the large ones. They're pretty easy to pull off without the piercing tool, so I'm just gonna do that. And now you have two places to write or to decorate. So on this first piece here, you can have that opened up. You could put anything you want in here. That could be a place where you put you know, your sincerely yours, blah, blah, blah type of thing. Or here's another option too. If you don't like to write a lot, then don't put this on a card base. Instead, just put it on a piece of white cardstock that's 5.5 by 4 1/4, and make this be the section that you write Sincerely Yours on. And then they don't open to the big part, they just open this part. So that's another option too. But this will give you a lot of room to write if you're writing something longer. Usually in cards, I do tend to write a little bit longer because I like to actually, you know, tell them how I feel about them, that kind of thing. So that's 2 options there. So just keep it like this, write in this one, or decorate more if you want to, write in this part, or just put it on regular cardstock. Do not do a card base, and that will be your opening. Okay, that's it for that one. Let's put these together so you can see. Super cute. All right, guys, one more to go.